Good morning. We are about to start our gentle yoga. Just give me a minute to. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're going to start. Today's class is a little bit of a combination now with if you have a face yoga practice. We're going to include a little bit of a face yoga in there. Okay, here we go. I hope you can see me. There's this light over here. Move it away. I'm going to take a sip of water. If you have a blocker or bolster, you're more than welcome to place it out so you can sit on it. And we're going to start here in a seated position, just with a good intention. Just with a good intention. And once you're here, you're going to relax your shoulders. Lift one sit bone at a time. So lift your left, remove the flesh, meaning your glutes out. Lift the right, remove that flesh out. So you're nicely seated. Kind of tilt the pelvis back and forward and find a neutral spot. I'll never say tucking your tailbone because that's not how our natural curvature should be. You should have a nice curve, even if the tailbone's a little out. And just relax your shoulders. Once again, imagine the shoulder blades being drawn down. Your hands are relaxed, either right on your knees or right beside you. Take an inhale from here. Excellent. Take a couple more breaths and just notice how you're feeling at this very moment. Keep your spine nice and long. Imagine that string at the top of your head and keep your chin parallel to the floor. Don't bring your chin down, just here. On your next inhale, you'll bring your hands, sweep them right beside you. And you'll bring your prayer hands to heart center. And we'll do an invocation of peace, reciting the mantra Om 3 times. So take a deep breath through your nose. And it's like pronouncing A-U-M. Om. Inhale. Om. Last one. Take a nice inhale, sweep your hands right beside you once again. And I want you to do this. Inhale up, exhale into T. It's like saying yes. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Like letting the universe know, yes, 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 I'm deserving of this peace. I'm deserving of this practice. I'm deserving of all the possibilities that this day has for me. Keep doing it. Do it 2 more times. And then next inhale, bring your hands up. Good. Bring your right hand down. And you can, if you're not on the block, it's perfectly fine. But reach through your left fingertips, reaching towards the opposite side of the room, right? And then I don't want to see this. I want to see the bicep away. Shoulders are still relaxed as you're reaching through those fingertips. Everything stays active in your practice. And then come back up to center and then drop the left hand, reach through those right fingertips. Good. Push away from your left hand, relax your shoulders, but you're just reaching through those right fingertips, growing longer and longer. Come all the way back up. Good. And then I want you to bring your hands behind you. So I'm going to face to the side so you can see it. This is called, in face yoga, it's called the neck preserver. So what you'll do is you'll interlace your hands behind you. So even though you're here seated, you'll still get the same benefit. You can do it standing too. But you're going to press your fist away from your body, so down towards the floor. And you're gonna bring your chin parallel to the floor, but you're gonna tug in the neck just a little bit. Not this, just slightly. Maybe if it's parallel, 5 degrees in. And then your shoulders are relaxed, and then again, press that fist away from you. So press it down towards the floor. Good. Stay here for 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And shake out the hands. Shake them out. Bring your hands over your head and do that yes that we were doing. Yes, yes, yes. A little bit of that inhale, hands over the head, and then doing like a T. Like if you're bringing the elbows right beside you. Just to kind of relax and then shake it out. We're going to do it one more time. So interlace the fingers. Bring the hands or bring that fist down towards the floor. Chin parallel, but tuck it in 5 degrees. And then press away. So we're giving more space in our neck. I know often we look down at our phones or we're just looking down at our kids or whatever it is. So here we're giving the neck the love it needs. Stay here for another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Press those fists away down towards the mat. And release. Shake out the hands. Good. Now we'll go into our practice here. That was a little bit of a warm-up. So if you're on the block, press that block away. And we are going to come into a tabletop. So from this tabletop, I want us to do small circles. But find your foundation first. So shoulder over the wrist and hips over the knees. And then I just want you to do small crescents, like a crescent moon. So it's like you're pressing the tailbone towards the heels, and you're just kind of dipping. If you don't want to think of a crescent moon, you can think of a U or like a deep bowl. Nice. And you can even curl the toes to give you support. Good. And now from here, so go one direction and then you'll bring the hips forward, but you're not going to come all the way. And then you're going to go back. And then you're going to bring I'm doing the left hip. So this one's a longer U, and then you'll do a full circle. You'll hear some cracks there. Go the opposite way. Nice. Do it one more time. Full circle. So do 2 full circles. And then opposite direction or counterclockwise. Just feeling the release in the hips. And then come back to center. From here, and I'm going to face this way. So from here, you're going to go into your first downward facing dog of the day, but I want you to enter into your first downward facing dog through your child's pose. So what you'll do is from your foundation of just being stacked, you're going to bring your toes together You're going to press the tailbone towards the heels. And you're going to reach those fingertips forward, elongating. If this isn't available to you, it's okay to have the hips over the knees and still elongating through the arms, so you'll still be able to walk those fingertips forward to really lengthen through the spine here. And if you're super flexible, do not bring the knees as wide as the mat, a little wider than your pelvis or a little wider than your hips, just a tiny bit. Stay here for a breath. And relax the forehead or the hairline onto the mat. And imagine those shoulders being drawn down. Really like visualize me coming around and pressing onto your shoulders. Bringing you closer and closer onto the mat, sinking into the posture. And just surrendering. You'll curl your toes just from here. So from this child pose. So even if you have the hips over the knees, you'll still be able to do this. I want you to widen the fingers and grip onto the fingertips. And then from here, just press the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Coming into your first downward facing dog of the day. Pedal your feet. Now push away from your hands. All the work is being done by the back of the legs. And keep the head in line with the arms. So none of this, just right here. You're still pressing the chest, but when you do, notice this. Notice this difference from this to this. This is uncomfortable. We're kind of hurting the shoulders when we do that. Good. Keep the heels up. So walk your dog. And then slowly come to a stop and stay here in your downward facing dog. You're on the metatarsals, so you're on the balls of the feet. The heels are up. The knees can be bent as well. And then what you'll do is you'll bring the feet together. Bring the right heel off the mat. You don't have to bring it all the way up here, just off the mat. Then you'll bring your foot on the outside of your right hand. You can drop the knee, that's available. If not, you can just stay here. And just hold this. Kick it back. Do a little bit of a three-legged dog here. And then do the opposite. So lift the left heel off the mat. And then bring it on the outside of the left hand. Then really feel that hip opening here. You can drop the knee too. You'll still get the same benefit if you're there. And just keep breathing. Slowly drag that foot back. Three-legged dog or variation, and then pedal the feet. Walk the feet to the hand and come into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Now, when you come here, in order to have the strength in the back of the legs to do the pose, you may have to walk the hands a little forward. Because if sometimes you're like this, notice how my hips are moving towards this side of the classroom. I want to have them stacked over my ankles. So I may have to reach forward here and then lean nicely. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale. Slowly on your next exhale, roll all the way up, coming into a standing posture. I know you probably won't see me. I won't be here too long. But what I want you to do from here is from the standing posture. And it doesn't matter if you're like up here. You can kind of move a little bit back. And I'm going to face you actually. So from the top of your mat, bring your hands over your head. And then bring your hands to heart center. And I want us to go from here into a squat. So what you'll do is, imagine me being here. You're going to come all the way down. Well, not really a squat, but a little bit like a sumo wrestler squat. You can think of it that way. Good. Now, from here, I want you to press the right elbow onto the outside of, or the inside of your right knee. And then I want you to open up through that left hand, like reaching those fingertips up towards the ceiling. You can open up here, or you can just stay here. You could even have prayer hands as well. Lots of options. Do the opposite, come back to center, press the left elbow onto the inside of the left knee, and then open up through that right hand. You're either here or you're here. Your hands at prayer. Sit a little bit more into that right hip, and then come back to center. Nice. Then we'll go ahead, and this is what we'll do. You'll bring your hands beside or behind you, and you'll sit down. Now, we're going to come into a boat pose. So what you'll do is, you're going to bring your hands behind you. We'll do a variation of it. So you're going to bring your hands right behind you, and you're just going to tap. So you'll lift the left foot off the mat, pointing the toes kind of like ballerina, not flexing, but pointing. And then you'll lift the right. And then you'll do this. Tap, 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 tap. Now, notice that if you're like really kicking, that's not the intention, is to keep the knee in line with the ankle, just holding in here. If you go a little bit higher, that's okay, but not too up. So keeping a nice bend in the knee. Waking the abdominal muscles. Draw the lower ribs in as you're doing this. Like if you're trying to bring the belly button in towards the spine as well. This variation is already very challenging. And then I want you to come out, bring the feet down, shift yourself. And I want you to wrap your hands around your thighs. And then I want you to sit back. And then I want you to come into boat. So it'll look like this. Good. Again, once you lean, you'll get more leverage to be in the pose. Now you can stay here. This already feels good. Or you can have your hands right beside you. Now when you do, right beside you, I'm sorry. You can have your hands lengthened out. And when you're here, same thing. Abdominal muscles are starting to wake up. They're like, hey, a lot is going on here. Draw those lower ribs in, belly button in, lengthen through the spine, and then reach to those fingertips, because those fingertips are right here. But if you're wrapping here, you're still going to get the same benefit. You're still getting that wake up. Good. Lengthen out. See if you can do this. And then come back. Wake it up one more time. Come back. And then come all the way down. Bring your hands over your head. Point your toes like a ballerina. Beautiful. And then bend your knees. Bring your feet flat onto the mat. Roll on over onto your side. Come back into the seated position. Not seated position, sorry. Come back onto all fours. And we'll do one last posture standing up. What you'll do is you're going to come into downward facing dog. And then walk the feet towards your hands. Take a breath in. And out. And then on your next exhale, you're going to roll all the way up, coming into a standing position. You can bring your hands over your head to give it that opposite effect. Now, you're going to open up to the long side of your mat. And I want you to bring your hands out. Now, I want you to have the feet not as wide as your shoulders, because notice as wide-legged stance, it's not so wide. So I want you to bring the stance a little wider. And then the edge of the pinky toes or the edge of the outside of your feet are in line with the top of the mat. So if you would look down, it's in line with the top of the mat. And you're going to bring your hands out beside you. Good. Bring your hands right behind you. So like right on your sacrum. And your forefingers are facing down. Notice how the elbows are here now. But I'm going to press those elbows back towards the backdrop here. Good. Now, I'm going to lengthen through the crown of my head, and then I'm going to hinge at the waist, keeping your legs strong. Come down. If you have a block or a book or whatever it is, you can bring that right underneath your hand. We're going to be here. And then fold. So what you'll do is your hand will remain here. You'll just bend at the elbows, and that'll drop the trunk of the body closer down. Really breathing in and out. Feel all the back of the legs lengthen here. And just feel the trunk of the body getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and you're pressing through your feet. So as one part of your body goes down, the other part of your body is sending that energy up through the thighs, up through the glutes. Relax the head and the neck. So they come back to where we were at the very beginning. So lift your gaze. And then bring one hand at a time onto your hips. And then with all the force in your legs, you're going to slowly come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Nice. Extend the arms out. And then you'll bend your knees and bring your feet closer together. Come back to Tadasana. Here in Tadasana, you're just going to, everything's nicely stacked, even if you have a little bend in the knees. Ankles over the knees, over the hips, over the shoulders, chin parallel to the floor. Fingertips are drawing down towards the mat or towards the earth. And then you can close your eyes. And as the energy is shifting up towards the crown of the head, it's also being sent down towards the feet. And it just kind of keeps shifting back and forth. Slowly open the eyes. And here's what I want us to do before we go down. When you start your face yoga practice, besides complementing it with a yoga practice, it's good to kind of throw those face yoga poses in between your practice. But what I was going to say is that facial asymmetries, which are imbalances in our faces, like one side of your eyebrows lifted more, one part of your lip is like dropped, eyelids, whatever it is, it all starts on the feet. So what I want us to do is, since we're here in Tadasana still, is I want you to come onto the metatarsals, come onto the balls of your feet and wrap the knees. Do that. Even if you're having a little bend in the knees, really feel that drop. Good. Keep breathing. Do 3 more times. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Tap a little bit of the legs here. Good. Come back to the top of your mat. So you're already there actually. So I'm sorry, you're here. You're at the middle. So come back to the top of the mat. Inhale, bring your hands over your head. Exhale, come all the way down with the Uttanasana just for a second. Bend the knees, draw the hands down or bring the hands closer onto your mat. Press one foot at a time back. And then come back into that downward facing dog. Really feel, since you felt that burn when we were dropping those heels, feel the stretch in the calves as you're here in your downward facing dog. Drop the knees down. And then cross the feet, across the legs, across the calves. And come back into a seated posture. We'll do this last thing before we go into our Shavasana, which is probably the hardest pose, I would say. Now, we did a lot of folding forward, so we'll do 3 sets of an instant pick-me-up, just to remind you, not to only awaken the mood and lift the mood, I would say, calm the mind, but also to train the frontalis, which is this muscle we have here, to relax. Okay? So, thumbs at the top of your head, fingertips over the eyebrows, relax your shoulders. And what you'll do is you'll slide the fingers across the forehead. Don't make too many wrinkles when you're doing this. Less pressure is better. Lift the chin up maybe 10 degrees or 15 degrees up. And then relax the hands, or not relax the hands, sorry. Bring the hands on top of the head, bringing them down onto the side, ears, sliding them down the neck, chest, sides of the ribs. Close your eyes, bring your hands down right beside you. Take a breath. We'll do it our second set. Thumbs come up. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. Relax your shoulders. Slowly lift, inhale, lift the forehead, lift the chin. Exhale, I am calm. I am in one with my breath. Sweep your hands down. I'll take a pause in between this last set. Close your eyes. If they aren't closed already. Last set, either eyes closed or eyes open. I like eyes closed, but I'm actually having my eyes open. I'll watch now. So relax your shoulders. On your next inhale, I want you to tell yourself, I am sexy. I am beautiful. Draw those hands down. Slide down. Slow, 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 slow. I am authentic. I am true to myself. Stay here in a seated position, hands either on your knees or right on your thighs. Just notice how that feels. We'll come into our meditation, and our meditation doesn't consist of anything. At the very end, we'll do a little bit of pranayama, but I always like to include breath work. Or you know what? Let's do it now before we come down. So I want you to bring your hands onto the sides of your ribs. And I want you to visualize how your diaphragm looks and how your lungs look. You can have your eyes closed or eyes open. Notice on your next inhale how the ribs expand out. And even where your thumb is, the back of the lungs. And as you exhale, they draw closer. And do this 4 times, intentionally feeling how the ribs are expanding out and in. Last one. Bring your hands down. Now take a normal breath. Notice the quality of your breath now, how much more awareness you've brought in the expanding of your diaphragm, expanding of your ribs, putting more oxygen into your lungs, which is always great. We'll bring our feet right in front of us, coming onto our sit bones, and then you're going to lay all the way down into your Shavasana. If you have a pillow or something, you can place that pillow underneath your head, or if you have a bolster, yogi's choice. Now I want you to bring the corners, or I want you to bring your left heel to the left corner of your mat, and then your right heel to the right corner of your mat. Let the legs draw up, or let the legs fall apart. Bring your hands right beside you. And then I want you to press through the back of the head and lift the shoulders, and then really stretch the left shoulder out, right shoulder out, where the shoulder blades are resting onto the mat. Palms of the hands up for receiving, palms of the hands down for grounding. And you're just going to stay here. And again, this is often the hardest part of your yoga practice, of just being still. But you are deserving of this. This is your moment of peace, moment of silence, but most importantly, moment of stillness. Start to scan your body, relaxing your feet, knees, hips, shoulders, arms. Relax your throat. And slowly start relaxing the facial muscles in your face, your cheeks, your jawline, the bridge of your nose, your forehead and between your eyebrows, the top of your head, and then the back of your head. Now stay here. Notice any sounds around you. Notice your breath. Press the tongue to the rooftop of the mouth. If your mind starts to wander of what's next, what do I have to eat, what do I have to do for the day, I want you to watch that thought or that emotion as if it were a cloud. And with no judgment, I want you to watch this cloud pass on by. And as it passes on by, I want you to come back to your breath. Come back to being present in your body, in your breath. Most importantly, take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Slowly begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, just awakening these 4 body parts. Take notice of your breath. And just listen closely as I guide you through this. Inhale halfway. Hold. Inhale all the way till you can't no more. Hold it. Exhale, send that breath towards your pelvis. Do it 2 more times. So inhale halfway. Hold it. Inhale all the way. Hold it. Exhale all the way down towards your pelvis. Last one. Inhale halfway. Hold it. Inhale all the way. Hold it. Exhale. Normal breaths in and out. Bring your feet onto the mat. Knees bent. Roll over onto one side of your body. Use your bottom hand or arm as a pillow. And before you come all the way up, be mindful of your head and your neck, not to whip it as you come up. So press your free hand onto the mat or onto the floor. Press away, followed by your other hand, and come all the way up. Come into a seated position. If you have water near you, take a sip of water. Now, you're in your seated position, just sweep your hands right beside you. Bring your hands come together to heart center. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your practice today. This has been 40 minutes of yoga. Namaste. This class is every Monday at 8 a.m. Central Time. If you have any questions, you can email me at glow@faceyogarafaela.fit, or my website's on the bio of my I was gonna say my Facebook, my YouTube. I am opening the doors to my Mindful Vessel School